Hello everyone, this is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne, and I'll bring you a video tonight titled, Sexually Attractive Men Are a Gift to Women. But before we go any further, always know my videos in the dating space, they're inspired by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Thank you to everyone who's been ordering your copies. They're on the way if you have not already received them. And get your copies, www.matthewchorne.com. Thank you to everyone who's been liking, subscribing, and just sharing and helping me to grow this movement. I appreciate all my new subscribers, your engagement. This is an exciting rise, and I'm glad that we can all experience this together. But let's get to it. Tonight, I got one for you tonight, man. I'm gonna go hard. It's gonna be like my throwback style right here. I'm gonna go hard tonight and just talk about how sexually attractive men are a gift to women. And I just wanna, you hear me talk about this, but the sexually attractive man, that's the man that's maximized the hell out of the hand that God dealt him. He's not looking to the right or to the left. He doesn't care about a Chad or a Tyrone and all that internet BS that, a lot of guys in the manosphere are talking about. He's completely fixated and tuned into himself and has an understanding that God dealt him a particular hand. And if he's going to have elevated experiences with women and in life, he's going to have to play that hand. He's going to have to enhance that hand. And he's going to have to maximize that hand to the best of his possibilities. The better that we show up to life, the better outcomes that we receive, not just with beautiful women, but everything else we want from life. And that's why the book is titled, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, because simply, if you maximize and you optimize yourself, you're just going to have better experiences by proxy of you bringing a better version of yourself to life. Life gives us exactly what we are. And that's what tonight's video is about, how sexually attractive men, they're a gift to women. And you just have to really, truly accept the hand that you're dealt. I don't care if you're short. I don't care if you're tall. I don't care if you're round. You literally have to work on yourself so that you are in your best offering type of shape to give to the world and to give to women. And once you do that, once again, your return is going to be better. And I want to make this real. Like this is an extremely good book for guys who really want to maximize themselves and get the best outcomes from life. And before I really delve into all the wild stuff I'm going to talk about tonight, I want to just take you to the chapter in my book, chapter 9, Play Your Hand. I want to read the first paragraph so you know that this is real. You can read this book and it will change your life. I'll put it right here for you. Chapter 9, Play Your Hand. Every man does not possess the looks of a Ralph Lauren model, the height of an NBA shooting guard, or the chiseled physique of an Olympic sprinter. However, one thing every man does possess is the physical hand that God dealt them. And that's real. And that's what I want to get across to you tonight. You have a physical hand that God dealt you, and it can bring you amazing things if you just learn to maximize it and optimize it. Understand when you look your best. Understand when the world and when beautiful women are giving you the best response. That's up to you to decipher that because we all show up here differently. I know personally when I'm, at my height at 6'5", I understand that, when I'm, around 230, women, they lose their stuff. And I'm a little heavier than that right now, but it still works because I know how to put myself together and I'm keeping myself in good shape. But that's up to every man to conclude when he's getting the best outcomes and the best treatment from beautiful women in the world in general. So I wanted to, preface, these examples and stories with what I just said. And when I was putting this video together, the material, I thought back to about 5 years ago. And it was exactly this time of year because it's Howard Homecoming in DC, and it was Howard Homecoming this particular weekend. And me and one of my good friends and another one of the ball players from PG County that we all, came up in the same era, it was 3 of us. And we made our way to the park. And we're all, 6'5" and above, And we walk in. It is what it is, man. The women gonna love us. And so we walk in, we go to the first floor, and we're going up to the second floor. And right on cue, this girl doesn't say one word to me. She puts both of her hands on my chest. I'm going up the stairs and she's coming down, and she's like, "All that for me," meaning that she was stimulated. Her biological software was stimulated because of how I showed up. Meaning that when you're a sexually desirable and sexually attractive man, you're having conversations with women without having them. And so we exchanged information real quick because I had to get up to the stairs to the second floor. And as soon as I got to the second floor, we kind of posted up. We looked around, picked a spot to hang out, and another girl came out of nowhere. It was her and her friends, and it was a group of guys trying to talk to them, and just me and my friends. And right on cue, this is like seconds later, this girl came out of nowhere, put both her hands on my chest, and was just like, "All that for me?" like her and the first girl had some sort of telepathy going on or something like that. And me and this girl got to talking, and she was a little older than me, but she had a little tight body, red bone, wavy hair. Like she looked good. And she was just more or less like kind of giggly, like, "Oh my God, like, where did you come from?" Like that was her attitude and her sentiment when we met. And we kicked it for a little bit, and she just kept stepping back and looking at me like she couldn't contain her lust. It's because I took a very concerted effort to show up the right way, and that's what I'm trying to get across to you all. Whatever hand you're dealt, just play it. Stop looking around. Just play your hand. You'll be amazed at the things that you can get. So I got her information, and we kicked it for a little bit. Then I got back to my boys, and we just kind of made our rounds and did what we did that night. And then right on cue, the next day, she contacts me. And she actually gives me an offering to come over to her place. She's just like, "Yeah, I just got all this seafood, and I have this nice spread." And notice I didn't say anything about a date, okay? She wanted to get right to it. And she, was affluent. She did well for herself, lived in a nice part of D.C., the stage was set, and she was just like, "You better come through and get this." She wasn't just talking about the spread. And so I get there, and she's excited, and we sit there and chill. She makes me a plate, and the spread is nice and this and that. And we pour up a drink, we have some more conversation, and she's just becoming more intrigued and more intrigued, and she's just happy. I'm happy because the energy and the receptivity is there. She's attractive. She's finding me attractive, and the sparks were flying. And we pretty much got right to it. And I'm going to say one thing before I go any further. This is something that needs to be said. Okay, when you're a sexually desirable man, meaning that women are immediately stimulated as soon as they see you, and sex is her idea. That's when you're a sexually desirable man. There's an expectation that you're supposed to know what you're doing with women. There's an expectation that you're supposed to know what you're doing with women. So, and that even translates to the physical encounter that you two have. And I can remember that particular day, and everything was clicking. And even when we got to the physical activity, I mean, it was just like her mind was blown. And see, I told you I was going to be a little more raw tonight. Like you have to, when it comes to playing your hand, like you as a sexually desirable man, it's not just enough. Like you have to please the woman physically, and you have to accept whatever hardware God gave you, and your sex game has to be tight. You have to be able to make sure that the women that you're dealing with are having very pleasurable experiences, because as a sexually desirable man, your departure from the normal man that she encounters. And so she's expecting the world from you based on your appearance, based on how you show up. And so that's what I'm speaking to right now. And once she's enamored with your appearance, you have a backdrop of success, in addition to your appearance being tight and your body being right, and you have that backdrop of success, and you can please her. It doesn't matter what capacity that you two engage with each other. You can be casual. You all can be working towards a relationship, marriage, or anything. She is going to be enamored with you, and she's not going to lose that desire for you when you're truly clicking on all cylinders. And so the experience that a woman expects with a truly sexually desirable man is that it's just going to escalate and elevate and just continuously get better. From the time that she meets you to the time that she offers herself to you and offers you a gift, and then you get right to it on the physical side of things. You blow her mind there, she's yours, man. She's gonna be telling all her friends about you. She's going to wake up the next day and text you and just tell you how much energy she has based on encountering you. And that's what this woman did. So we had a good run. We had a good run from that time up until about COVID. And it was cool. I would just, see her late in the evening, and she would always light up as soon as I hit her door. It was a very memorable and enjoyable experience because she looked at me as the optimal man. She looked at me as a gift. And you have to transform yourself into a gift to women because they're going to be stimulated and they're going to desire you on a level that most men are never going to experience. That's why Ron Wills talks about the shadow world. There's a side of women that when her biological and sexual imperative is stimulated, you're going to see a side of women that you never knew existed. And if you are a sexually desirable man and you've been walking through life this way, you know that red beam of lust when it comes from a woman's eyes. You know that energy, that sexual energy as soon as you meet her. Like when you're a sexually desirable man, sex is her idea. You don't have to sell her on an idea. You don't have to offer her a gift. Nothing. She immediately thinks, I want to procreate with this guy on a biological level. And you have to compose and create yourself into that kind of man. That's why I want you to really read my book. Compose and create yourself into that kind of man so that you don't have to go through the BS of women requiring offerings and making you do this and making you do that. No, you don't have to go through that when you're a sexually desirable man. Sex is her idea, meaning she's plotting on you to get you in a sexual situation, just like the story I just told you. And she would light up every time she saw me. It was no drop off in desire. It just increased. And she was just blown. And one thing I'll say as to why you're the gift as a sexually desirable man and a sexually attractive man, the same woman, like I said, she was a bit older than me. And she told me, she was just like, women have to choose one or the other routinely. A sexually desirable man, an attractive man who doesn't have anything going for himself, or a man that has quite a few things going for himself in life, but he's not sexually desirable. And, she had that good enough care for me in relationship that she told me the real. And she's just like, the way that you showed up is not normal. And she treated me in accordance with the rarity. That's why you're a gift. You're a rarity and a departure from her normal experiences. And you will be treated in accordance with that. And I said in my previous videos, some women are going to be overwhelmed and they're not going to know what to do with you. And that happens too, because you're too much of a departure from what she's used to. And some women can't handle it, but you will meet your share of women who revere your presence. They're extremely attracted to you and they revere your presence. And that's going to represent a very enjoyable and elevated experience as long as it lasts. And that's what me and this particular woman had. And the only reason we parted ways, it just ran its course. And, COVID came and stuff with her job. And, I'm trying to find my way. I'm in business. Like, shit just kind of fell apart, But it was cool. I don't have any negative memories. That's how I can recollect this with such clarity and such enjoyment and bring it to you right now. But understand that when you're a sexually desirable man, women do not require gifts and offerings from you. You are the gift. You are the gift. And you're the gift when you routinely meet women and sex is her idea. That's when you developed yourself into a sexually desirable man. Because she has an imperative, a reproductive and biological imperative that God gave her. And when you show up as that sexually desirable man, the Shira Sevens, the Sexy Reds, all the lyrics that talk about extort men, treat men this way, man, all of that stuff, your appearance and your energy and aura bypasses that lower level programming and her higher level programming, which is her biological and sexual imperative, is stimulated. And that's when she's yours to lose. That's when sex is her idea, because you're a sexually desirable man. And she will not require a gift from you because you are the gift. And what happens is that as a sexually desirable man, when you meet women who require gifts from you, you laugh in their face. I mean, you laugh internally because it's almost like, do you know who I am? Do you know the regular and common experiences I have where there's a red beam of lust coming from women's eyes as soon as they meet me, when they can't keep their hands off of me, when they're trying to plot and get me in sexual situations. And a woman says, oh, you have to take me here, you have to do this, or she's slow replying to you on a dating app, and she's barely texting you back 1, 2, 3 word responses. If you're a sexually desirable man, you just get rid of those women immediately, man, because your common experience is so different. See, a sexually desirable man, not every woman wants you. You can't be you can't be out of tune with reality and narcissistic, but enough women want you. Enough women that you're attracted to will give you the experience that resonates with you. That's when you're a sexually desirable man. And they do not require gifts from this man. They don't require gifts from this man because they're enamored to have encountered you and to have you in their presence. And you are the gift. You are the gift. And when you develop yourself into the best possible man that you can be, and you offer this to the world will see you as a gift. And we all have that opportunity, regardless of the hand that we were dealt. Just maximize it. Just maximize it. You'll be surprised at what comes back to you. And, I just wanted to bring another story into the fray. There was someone who wanted to hang out with me. This was years ago, not too long after the first story. And, he was out of a long-term situation, and he wanted to, get back out there and get some tips. It's good to have a friend that's a dating coach, So he's just like, yeah, I want to hang with you. I want to hang with you. And I was like, oh, okay. It's all good. Let's do this. And I made it point blank. I kind of did an assessment. I said, you're going to have to change this. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to get in some shape. You're going to have to, do away with some of the ways you've been dressing. And, I kind of took a hard look, almost like an image consultant. And so he changed some of the things, but he didn't do a lot of the important things, which was the physical appearance, not the clothes, but your physique and things like that. So his results were a reflection of that. And it was difficult because we were side by side, but we were having different experiences with women. Like, women were just greeting me with lust in their eyes. And he'd be like, damn, you didn't go on a date? And he just said, oh, you didn't go on a date? I was like, nah, man, we got right to it. It was her idea. And he was wanting similar experiences, but he took the Cliff Notes approach as opposed to doing the work. And to become a sexually desirable man, a sexually attractive man, it's an all-out, continual process and effort to become that man and to maintain that level of attractiveness to women. That's a continual effort. And you have to be honest with yourself about where you stand and what your experiences are like, and do what you have to do to get the better experiences. That's why I offer coaching. And that's what I offer to my friend. And eventually, there was one particular instance, because he would meet women. He would just kind of tell me, how things were going as soon as he met them. And I could take very little information, and I could tell him exactly what was going to happen, because I knew exactly how the woman viewed him based on how she was treating him. And there was one woman in particular, and he just wanted to have steady sex, and he was having a hard time finding that and getting the women that he was attracted to. So I told him straight up about this particular woman. I said, listen, she's playing with you. She's dangling stuff in front of you. It's been a while, and you're still there. So more or less, you're tolerating this because you're showing her that you don't have any options. You haven't optimized yourself. You haven't done the work that I told you to do. And I said something that proved to be exactly how it will play out. I said, you're going to have to keep taking her on dates and giving her offerings until the weight of your offering compensates for her lack of sexual attraction to you. And she did not have sex with this guy until he was about to walk away, meaning that he was a consolation prize. He was a placeholder. And even throughout them dealing with each other, they eventually made their way into a relationship. And she was dealing with somebody else, and he found out because she showed him point blank. And I told him, I'm like, you're not her first choice. She's not sexually attracted to you. And that's when he always had conflict with her, because it was like she was mad at herself that she had to settle. And that's what happens when you don't optimize yourself and you don't become the man who overwhelms her. She'll look at you as if she's settling, and she'll treat you accordingly. And that's what I saw this happen. I saw this happen to this particular gentleman that I'm talking about. And eventually, things fizzled out. He got tired of it. But I told him everything that was going to happen and why. And that's what I wanted to say, is that it's a concerted effort. You can't just think you're going to show up to women any kind of way and elicit a lustful and sexual response from them. It doesn't work that way. Life doesn't give us anything but what we are. So if you want to be the sexually desirable man that's lusted by women and sex is her idea, you have to take a very strong inventory of where you are in the game physically and optimize yourself. Read books like my book. Get coaching from individuals like me that can pinpoint exactly what you need to do to get the results. And so I'll just end this. I'll just talk about tonight. I'm just getting in. It's like 3 a.m. And when you're a truly sexually desirable man, like you don't have to oversell yourself in terms of your clothing and your appearance. Like you see me in most of my videos, I have black on. Yeah, because muted colors tell women, fuck you, I'm enough. And it's not a disrespectful thing I'm saying. It's just like, when you've really developed yourself, like when you have a build and you keep yourself like groomed and looking your best, you don't have to do much else. Just keep something clean, fitted, and fly. Simple. Cardigan, turtleneck, fitted jeans, nice shoes. Simple as that. And I'm not afraid to bring the attention here or here in my frame, because I've worked on it. So I'm not afraid. And to be a truly sexually desirable man, you can wear muted colors. And that's a literal and figurative thing, meaning that you don't have to overextend yourself. You don't have to oversell yourself. You can show up in the most simplistic form, and the way that you develop yourself is going to speak to women in a way that you can never physically articulate to them. You have to develop yourself to that point. I love wearing muted colors. It's simple. I just grab and go. And that's literally my appearance. I'm looking at the woman's eyes as soon as I meet her. I'm seeing if there's a lust present. And if it's not there, I'm not going to deal with her. With these simple clothes. And I want to make it real for you. Tonight, I went out. There was one girl that was exactly what I like. Tall, light skin, little wavy hair. I have a type, And she walked by me. She didn't see me. We were outside. And one of my boys was there. I was like, man, look. Because she had a friend, and they were just standing by their car. I was like, come with me. He's like, where we going? I was like, man, just come with me, man. And it wasn't in him. The lion wasn't in him tonight, but it was in me. So I stepped over to the two girls by myself. And let me tell you how the sexually desirable man communicates with women. Because he knows he's a gift. I went straight over to him. And, I didn't walk right up on him. But, I walked toward them. And I stopped. They were talking to each other, and they looked up. And I saw that look in their eyes. I saw that look of desire. Like, where did you come from? And I said, hey, I just came over here to interrupt your conversation. That's how I talk to women. And it's kind of like a joking thing and this and that. But, you know that more than likely they're going to be caught up in your rapture as soon as they see you. if you've developed yourself into that kind of man. And I'm not here to make these continual claims about myself. I'm here to sell you on yourself and what you can do when you maximize and you play the hand that you're dealt. So I'm talking to the girls, and they're like, they're immediately engaged in the conversation. Oh, you have a good time tonight? I'm like, yeah, I definitely had a good time. How about you all? And then I stated my proclamation. I looked at that tall, light-skinned girl. I said, hey, I came over here to talk to you. I noticed you, just like that. And I'm kind of glancing at her girl, and her girl is still looking at me. And but the one I'm talking to, like, we just tuned into each other. And so her girl just had a smile on her face. She just kind of stepped off, and we had our small talk. And then I said, well, let's do this the right way. And she's like, what you talking about? I just pulled my phone out. I said, yeah, this is the right way right here. Gave her my phone. She put her number in there. And who knows if I'll hear from her and this and that. But I'm just talking about the everyday experience when you know that you're a departure from the normal man that she deals with, when you know that you're a gift. And I approached her that way, and she received me that way. She perceived me and received me that way. And when you optimize yourself, these will be the outcomes for you as well. You're a gift because you're a departure from the normal experiences that she has with the guys that she routinely encounters. And you'll know when you develop yourself into a gift by the treatment that's coming back to you, the gazes, the red beam of lust coming from her eyes, the receptivity, the fact that sex is her idea, that she's trying to create a sexual situation. That's when you become the sexually desirable man. And that's what women really want. They want that man with a backdrop of success. That's why they usually have to settle for one or the other. But when you're the quintessential man, the world is going to reward you and treat you in accordance with how you're shown up to the world. So don't just accept anything out here. You're breathing. There's nothing but open road and possibility in front of you if you choose to maximize yourself. I want you all definitely check out this book, man. Thanks for spending some time with me tonight. My message, The Sexually Desirable Man, The Sexually Attractive Man is a Gift to Women. It's been brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Thank you to everyone who's been ordering your copies. And everybody tonight, like, this is a life-changing book. Check it out, www.matthewchorne.com. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everyone who's been engaging and subscribing. I'm enjoying you all. All your comments when they come in. This is a great thing to do. Spend my day doing is commenting back. I enjoy you all and continue to engage. If this message has been of value to you, if you feel as if someone like me could offer you coaching, and you can see yourself elevating from receiving coaching from someone like me, then go ahead and email me at matt@matthewchorne.com, and I will just put your name, your phone number, and the exact place that you're looking to go, any challenges that you're facing in the dating game, and I will call you, and I will have assessed what you said, and we'll get on the road to getting you to where you want to go. And also, if this video has been of value to you, if your thought process has been elevated, if you're better for having seen this video, please donate something to my donation information, my Cash App or my PayPal that is in my video description. I've enjoyed spending some time with you tonight. I want to keep these videos going. And like I said, they're going to be coming on a regular basis. I'm glad to be in this space. I'm glad to be rising and elevating. And let's all rise together. And I'll see you soon.